Hello, everyone. My name is Mariana Díaz, and I am the person in charge of our pitch deck today. Uh, to begin with, these are three of the most impactful phrases that we found in our surveys, the ones that we applied throughout this whole term to see how inclusivity is perceived in our university. And we reached the conclusion that it is not enough, definitely, that people need to see that everyone, absolutely everyone, no matter about their physical abilities, can have their way around our college. Even though it has had some improvements over the last years, it is still not enough. And we're planning to change that a little bit by creating a bridge in communication. Imagine if you couldn't see or you couldn't like find your way around without one of your senses and you had nothing to help you. These people have been doing this throughout their whole life because our country is not one of the most inclusive countries in the world. And it's time already in the new century to change this. So, who is our target client and what do they want? Of course, nobody likes to be rejected in any sense, socially or even by their context and physical surroundings. So, we plan to take on inclusivity, of course, and also, as I said before, orientation, because feeling lost in such a big space, such as our university, is something that can be quite frightening. The active use of our product will be, of course, by visually impaired people, but the client per se could be absolutely anyone because we create that bridge between the language that is spoken, we already know our alphabet, and also Braille, which almost nobody knows unless it's needed. And so anyone can use it, anyone can make like sense of it and relay messages with it. And that's why it's accessed by everyone. And that's why it's a bridge, of course. It closes a gap that is still not one solve for all, but it is still very important to get closer to that objective. This is our model. It is inspired by theater movie science and also by the very innovative company that we have studied throughout this term, that it is Lego. On the left is the prototype that we got printed, and it works with the 3 by 2 grid, and those 3 by 2 represent a letter or a symbol, and they have dots with textures that change depending on what letter or what number you want to relate. As you can see, our grid will also have the letters so that anyone can use it and anyone knows what they're saying or what they're reading. So what's the benefits and why is it unique? The principal benefit is because it has multiple uses. It is not engraved once or permanently like we see on elevator buttons that they're metallic and they have the dots, the bumps on it. And you cannot change that. You cannot change that, and it is also present very little in our lives. It also works with common people and visual memory because since everyone can use it, it will make visually impairedness more like present in our lives. And on the long term, as people see these signs, they will remember how Braille works and they can recall it whenever they need it a little bit more easier than we do nowadays. This, of course, raises awareness because the sign is a little bit more like present than a button with just bumps that we normally do ignore. And awareness is always important because we're more aware of who and what is surrounding us. And it is also very intuitive to use. There's no losing yourself in it. It's just having a grid, placing it the same way we place our alphabet because that's how Braille works. And of course, the last one is that it can be used in almost every language because most alphabets are very common. If there's a need for a new alphabet for a different language, it can also be done very easily because the system is very simple and can be carried throughout different languages. That will be all. Thank you very much.